So welcome back. I hope you did not touch that dial. I hope you did not, because here things are lighting up and we are learning a lot. Today we are talking about the minister and marriage. How are you able to balance the two? How are you able to balance a minister that is loud and the one that is not loud? And our couple here is just giving us raw as is. Now umetupea their own experiences, so we are learning from the best. And Pastor, thank you very much. Let me say thank you very much for allowing yourselves to be used of God. So now, before we went for a break, tulisema tunarudi kuona what have you learned from the years that you have been married. So I will bring it to you, Pastor. What have you learned from before dating? Because I believe that your journey started before dating. Up to when you started dating, and now you're asking her out, and now you're asking her to be your wife, and now she's your wife, and she's now the mother of your children, and growing forward, and I believe that many more things are about to come to pass. So for you, how has the process been?
Okay. For me, marriage has been a great blessing. And I want to encourage the young people out there, those who are not yet married, that they need to trust God. Wow. Don't rush into it, especially if you're in ministry, because if you marry the wrong person, that person will mess up your calling and even ministry. So it's important to wait on God. It's important to hear God clearly. Hear God clearly. Don't look with the eyes of men. Look with spiritual eyes when locating a mate. Yes.
You don't look with your eyes, your physical eyes.
Yes.
You look with the spiritual eye, because you will see something that this physical eye will not see.
Yeah.
Wow. For you, ma'am, what are some of the things you have learned that would help a young minister out there? Because you were in ministry even way before you got into marriage. Marriage ilipata ministry. So what are some of the things that you have learned that would help a young minister out there, or even an older minister out there who does not know how to balance these things?
For me, I would say, number one, I think your relationship with God is very key, very, very key. Number two, friendship. Friendship between the two of you is also very key, because there are many other things. My husband talks about seeing with the spiritual eyes, and we also see with our physical eyes. But let not the physical eyes see more than the spiritual eyes. Actually, you said the right word, overshadow, yeah? But just being able to know that ministry and marriage, it's like they're intertwined. You can't say I want to get married to you, but I don't want your ministry, because ministry outflows from the individual. So for me, our relationship with God, our relationship with one another, and if our relationship with God is good, then our relationship with each other will be good. Because every time our relationship with the Father is strained, then hata hapa kutakuwa na ugumu. That is one of the key lessons I have learned.
That it is about relationship. That you take care of your relationship with God, that you make sure hiyo iko sawa kabisa. Then you take care of your relationship with your spouse. And all these other things will now flow from those two. Wow, that is amazing. I believe that you have worked with so many couples, being in the couples ministry and being pastors. You have worked with so many couples that some of them were discouraged at one point, thought that it will not make it, thought that this one was not meant to be. And at the end of the day, they got married and are living happily ever after. How would you advise? Let me just bring you back to the matter of counsel. How would you advise people that are coming into marriage? Because we have said that everyone is in ministry, regardless of what you do. Even washing the church is ministry. So regardless of what you do, how would you advise this young couple that is coming into marriage, and those ones that are already in marriage, on matters mentorship, that they need someone to walk with them? because some of them are breaking up, and some of them are getting into depression because they don't have anyone to talk to. They don't know, they don't have the template. You know, what some of them think, or some of us think, that before we get married, we know that everything is bliss. Then we will go out, we will be going out, we will be laughing all the time. Then we get into marriage and we are finding, we are quarreling over nothing. We are quarreling over niliweka socks hapa. You know, the different things that we quarrel about. So they don't have the template of this one will come, this one will come. So when they see it, it becomes easier. So what is your take on mentorship? And how expansive should it be? Should it be just constrained to this is how ministry will be affected by you getting married? Or should it be broadened and just talk about everything? That this is what is going to come. You two are human beings. You will fight over everything. You will fight over this. You will fight over. Is it important for them to have people that will talk to them about it?
Yeah, mentorship is very, very important. You realize that we don't have a school for marriage. Actually, the school is supposed to be your father's marriage, your parents' marriage. But again, most of them did not build their marriage according to God's plan.
Very true.
It was dysfunctional. Most families that we are coming from was dysfunctional. So if we don't expose ourselves to mentorship and learning, we will transfer that dysfunction to the next generation. So again, it's very, very important to submit yourself to counsel, to mentorship. You realize that there is nothing new under heaven.
True.
So if you're getting into marriage, you're not the first person to get married.
Very true.
There are people who have gone ahead of you, and there are lessons that you can learn from them. It's very, very important when now you're wedding. It's important to have mentor couples, not only your best couples, because there are different stages of marriage.
Very true.
There are times children will come in, and at times you need people that have been there, people that have gone there. You need mentorship at that point.
True. Very true.
There are time will come that you'll start dealing with teenagers, raising teenagers. You've never been there.
Very true.
You need mentorship there. At times we have struggles with finances, with resolving conflict. So we need to expose our marriage. Even as a couple, we are still under mentorship.
Wow.
We are under mentorship.
Wow.
I love working with old people. Those that are 68 years old, 70 years old. And at times we just go and sit down and they talk to us. They talk to us about parenting. They talk to us about their mistakes. So we learn from their mistakes so that we don't repeat their mistakes.
Very true.
So I think the issue of mentorship is very, very critical. And if you're getting married, if you're already married, subject your marriage to a mentorship.
Wow.
Submit yourself to a mentorship. It will help you a lot.
Wow.
There are mistakes that you will not make because you've learned from people that made those mistakes. Yeah.
Right. Wow, you have brought up something that is very important, that the older generation, because sometimes the young people are looking for mentors, but the older generation are not available. Some of them will not want to share. And you have brought up a very good thing, that they open up their mistakes and say, this is where we went wrong, so that you guys do not go wrong. For you, Mom, I think I want you to look at this camera and just speak to the older generation, people that have been there before, on the importance of opening themselves up. That these are the things that we did right. And this, if you follow this route, you will get there. And these are the things that we did wrong. And we will not want you to repeat, because we are repeating mistakes that they have already learned the solution to, and they're not willing to open up. So can you just, on this camera, just speak to the older generation on the importance of opening themselves up to this generation that is coming up, so they don't make the same mistakes.
Okay. I'd want to address the mothers and fathers out there, the older people that have gone before us, even them that think that they're outdated. There is nothing new under the sun. And today I just want to charge you with the responsibility of being able to just walk with us, walk with them that come to you, Walk with them that you see you can do something about. Mothers, don't be shy. We will not judge you by the mistakes you did. Rather than that, we will learn from. I have learned from mothers that have taught me from their mistakes. And that has taught me to teach the ones that follow after me that I'm not an angel. I have shortfalls and shortcomings. And to the fathers, there's really a cry for fathers. We need you to open up your wounds that have already healed. We need you to tell us some of the mistakes you did so that our husbands and our sons and our brothers will not do the same mistakes. Because generations are dependent on the truths that you're willing to share with us. So I just encourage you, don't think that your experience is not important. However little you think it is, to someone else it will become gold because it will help them become a better man. It will help them become a better woman. Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
Let me just
very much.
interject.
Yes.
In the course of our marriage, there is something we've learned that mentorship is twofold. So when people are wedding, we work with them, we advise them to find a mentor couple, couples who can mentor them, people that can hold their hands, people that are spiritual, people that know God, to hold their hands. Then I also tell them to look for another couple beneath them.
So that they can pull them up.
To work with them.
To work with them.
Wow.
So mentorship is both there. We also need people down here.
True.
People that we can work with.
Yes.
In the course of our learning, there is something we've learned. That there are moments we go and we mentor couples. But in the process of mentoring those couples, we discover that some of the things that they are struggling with, we are also struggling with.
Wow.
So we try and help them, but in the process of helping them, we are also helping.
Solution.
We find help for ourselves.
True.
Wow.
So I think mentorship is very important,
Wow.
both upwards
And
downwards. It's very, very important.
Wow. You have brought up something very key, that most of the times the issues that are brought to you, you are also struggling with.
Yes.
You're also trying to find a way out of.
Yeah.
It is like someone calling you out of the woods. They are in the woods inside there. But you find yourself, you're also inside there. You're trying to find your way out. And in the process of holding this person up, they said that when you're in a cold place, the best way to keep warm is when you come together.
Yes,
that you will be able to find that warmth together. So even in this process where someone comes up to you, you open up your wounds and you're finding ways out.
Yes.
You're finding this one is working. So let us try this. It works for me, doesn't work for you, we look for another solution.
Yes, yes.
So we all find help at the end of the day. Wow, that is amazing. So if we are not willing to open up to someone else to come and learn from us, then at the end of the day we all remain stuck in the woods.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. I hope you're learning out there, because me here where I'm seated, I am learning a lot. I am learning a lot. And thank you very much. Asanteni sana. So out there, if you're learning, please kindly engage with us on all our social media platforms at Elevate TV Kenya, at Marriage and Bliss, and we will be so glad to just interact with you, to just talk to you, to just know that you're watching and you're learning. If you're out there, you also have a story that you would want to share and things that you have also learned, please reach out to us or at Elevate TV Kenya, at Marriage and Bliss, and we will make sure that we will get back to you and make sure that we get you on this side so that you also share what you have learned, because it is always a learning process.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So now, a balanced life that is balanced, equals to a balanced marriage. And marriage in totality is what makes up society. And if marriage breaks down, then the society and the church and everything out there breaks down. So what is your key learning, the thing that you have learned most in matters ensuring that your marriage is effective, that you're starting it at home, that your marriage is effective, that you have learned how to sort issues, you have learned how to sit down and agree to disagree, that here it is okay. This is your stand, this is my stand, that we are not able to come to a middle ground, but at least there's a discussion that we are having. And how effective is that when it comes back to ministry? Because I believe that if you quarrel in the morning, as much as you will give a very powerful sermon, at the end of the day, even I think First Peter says that if you're going to pray and you realize that you are not in good terms with your wife, stop the prayer first and come and sort your things with your wife. So what would you say to a young minister or an older minister that is out there that has come to a point where they have become immune? Because most of us are building immunity. That I will get out of the house and I am so mad, but I will come and hold the mic and sing worship and cry, and people are thinking, wow, she was ameingia ndani ya ibada kabisa. But the truth of the matter is, in that moment of worship, it is not you loving on God. It is you thinking of huyu mtu mwenye niliacha kwa nyumba kusema ukweli. You see? So how effective is learning how to solve your issues in-house in matters ministry? Yes.
There's a scripture in 1 Peter where Peter talks about marriage. He talks about prayers being hindered when things are not working at home. So if prayers are hindered, if the state of your marriage can hinder prayers, it means that the state of your marriage can also hinder ministry.
Very true.
That if marriage is not working, then you won't be effective. You won't be effective. You can go through the motions, but you won't be effective. So I think it's very, very important to go back home and make sure that life is flowing at home. There will be issues. Learn to work through the issues. There will be challenges. Learn to walk together through the challenges. Storms will come.
Very true.
And Jesus said that life, there will be troubles in this life. But learn how to navigate through the challenges of life together with your spouse. Because if things are not working at home, you'll be sure that ministry will be hindered. You can go through the motions. And there are many pastors, men of God, women of God, that even though they are going through the motions, they can scream and shout, but life is not flowing because things are not working back at home. So we need to, again, as ministers, we really need to continually talk to our spouses. Do a marriage inventory. Where are we in matters marriage? Are we growing? Are we stuck? Are we hurt? Are we bleeding? We need to do that inventory every now and again. Because if your wife is crying, you can't be effective in ministry. You can't be effective. He says that prayers will be hindered. If prayers can be hindered, it also means that ministry can be hindered.
Very true.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me bring it to you. Because most of the times, ladies are oppressed. If I may use that word. And they feel, especially in our culture, they are put down. That the man will do everything that he feels is okay with him and oppresses the wife. And most of the time, you find the wife is bleeding, as you have said. The wife is crying out. She is not becoming effective in her ministry simply because she feels, I am amounting to nothing. You have already put those words into her. You have invested. We are always said that we are always told that a woman is a womb man. They are carriers. They are carrying. You give them seed, and they are able to incubate this seed and bring forth what you are saying to them. So for you, being a lady and being in ministry, I believe in the 16 years, a lot has happened. There are moments when you walked out of the house and you are mad and you are going to church and you still minister, but you feel, unajua ni wewe tu unajua, hao wengine hatutajua, but wewe unajua, I have not done what I was expected to do. So for you as a mother and as a wife, how would you advise a minister out there who is married to a minister or is not married to a minister, or they are the ones that are ministering, but they are wounded. They are crying out for help. They are crying out for someone to just affirm them. because the affirmation comes from your husband.
Yeah.
And maybe this husband is not affirming you. So what would your advice be for this young minister or this old minister who is crying out, bleeding, calling out for help, to get help?
Number one, I would say that if you're a male spouse who is a minister and your wife probably is not a minister, do everything in your power to be the husband to this woman. Because at times we, for lack of a better explanation, we take ministry too far. You're in the house, you want your wife to call you sir. I mean, my friend, you know, your water is ready, sir. This is supposed to be your friend. Yeah. So make life enjoyable for your spouse. If you're a woman and you're the one ministering, and probably your husband is not a minister, just know that you're a wife and a mother, and then probably a pastor or a minister in any other level. Yeah. Don't oppress your husband in the name of nataka ajue nimeitwa, you know. Mungu akisema tuende tunaenda, hapana. God respects order. And the fact that you're married, marriage is the first ministry. If there is no life at home, there will be no life where you're going. Atunaenda kuhudumu. Umeacha watu bila chakula, you've not organized anything, you know. Just the balance. And then if both of you are ministers, for example, like us, from the time we got married, one of the things we agreed with each other is we will ensure we have devotion every day.
Wow.
Praying together every day. And just as the Bible says, before you pray, please can you repent? And
of your sins.
At times it's been very, very interesting, because you feel like, ay, basi wacha tusiombe. And you're like, apana, we have to live what we preach. Because at times even social media has put pressure on people to put the good thing out there. That we are always smiling, we are always taking photos, we are always doing this. And life is real. One of the things that has affected the relationship in the marriage setting, spouses, is the pressure to always look like they are okay. So what I would advise spouses, the husband not to be the oppressor, because as you rightly say, when you give something to a woman, she's a womb carrier. She will give you back good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over. She will become a double oppressor. You know, she will make sure she gives you stress when you're just about to minister or do something important. But all the same, all of us must come to a place where we are able to submit ourselves to God also. Because there are those times that you might have someone that is doing things that you really don't like, that are really hurting you. What my husband says about marriage inventory has also helped us. Just be able to, like some time back we realized that we never talk about finances until there's a financial crisis. Stima ijalipwa, sijui nini ijafanywa. Mnakuja discussion. So we actually came up with a solution to that. So being able to check your marriage every other time. Don't always assume that things are okay. As long as, and there are those that don't talk, there are those that go mute. So they don't talk much, but they are bleeding, they are hurting within them. So what I'd advise, it's always good to submit to God and also check out for these roles that we are supposed to play towards each other. I'm your friend. I mean, my husband is my husband and my friend before he's a pastor.
Very true.
And that has made it easy for me to relate to him. But if I would call him sweetie, and then he tells me, my name is Bishop. My name is Reverend. So, okay, sir. Now, how do you even have a conversation when you keep on calling someone like that? Even your friends. When your friend probably is a minister, when you go to talk to them, you don't talk to them, oh, muheshimiwa, kila saa muheshimiwa, you know. they tell you, apana, drop them heshimiwa thing, just call me by my name.
Very true.
I think that is the approach you need to have. Because at times around the Christian circles, there are some things that are taught. Someone thinks that when I call him by that name, I don't honor the anointing upon him, you know. And I don't think that's true.
Very true. Very
I
true.
also think there is something that we've noticed over time, that when there is no balance, you see, balance is the key to life.
Yeah.
Anything pushed to the extreme becomes error. So if I push ministry to the extreme, it becomes error. What will happen if maybe my spouse is not in ministry? Then me personally, I push ministry to the extreme. My wife will start fighting the ministry that I'm leading. She will be very angry with the people that are submitting to me. I've seen women that they are very angry with the church members because the husband is not there. The husband is not connecting to her. She doesn't have time for her. So what she does, she's trying to fight for her marriage, but in the wrong way.
She's trying to find her space.
Her space,
inside so many other things
Yes.
that are happening. Wow.
And then you see women are territorial in nature.
Very territorial.
So if you don't involve them, you don't work with them, there will be a crisis.
Wow.
They will start fighting for that space, and they will do it the wrong way.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's important that even if your spouse is not a minister, you need to work with them and make them feel comfortable around you. At times they feel threatened around you because you've not made it comfortable for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And probably just to add on to what he says, don't also push your spouse into ministry when you clearly know that they are not cut out for that. That because I'm the bishop, you have to be the pastor. Because I'm the bishop, you have to be the women's leader, you know. It's not really a must. Just let your spouse feel comfortable and you'll be amazed at the support that they're able to give to you as a minister.
Wow. Guys out there, I know you are learning. This conversation cannot end now. And because of that, I think we are going to continue this conversation next week. Same place, same time. We are going to continue this conversation, the minister and marriage, because I believe that so many things are coming up, and I believe that before the end of this other episode, we're going to come up with, you're going to help us to come up with the marriage inventory, so that people out there are able to make and see our finances are not doing very well. We need to invest on this. This is not doing very well. This is not doing very well. So thank you very much for coming for this show. And I believe that we are having another show and another show and another show and another show. Sure. So guys out there, if you are learning, please engage with us on all our social media platforms, at Elevate TV Kenya, at Marriage and Bliss. Keep learning, keep talking to us. There are numbers on your screen. If you need someone to talk to, just call those numbers. There's someone that will answer you. There's someone that will pray for you, will talk to you, and will make sure that you are a minister, your life is balanced, you're flowing with life, you're flowing with love, and you're flowing with
Light.
If you have not caught that, my friend, what are you doing with your life? So thank you very much for watching. See you next week, same place, same time. Baraka. My name is Kanjagwa.